Good evening, everybody. This is meteorologist Andrew Pinero with a quick little weather update video for you just before the storms really start to come in tonight. So let's jump right in here, and I'm going to start off from the National Weather Service with the event summary. So the biggest thing inside of here, widespread 2 to 4 inches of rain, not snow. So if the cold was with this could potentially be 20 to 40 inches of snow and locally 5 to 6 inches of rain. So that's quite a bit of rain that we're going to be seeing in the area, and likely through Monday morning. So it's starting tonight. We'll go through the radar in a bit, but it's going to be starting tonight. After midnight, that's really where the heart of it is, until just about dawn tomorrow. That's the heart of it. And then it's going to be still lingering around, slowly making its way out through the morning. I really don't see the storm completely ending until maybe like 4 p.m. tomorrow. So that's the big thing here. The second thing, southerly winds. So by definition, this is not a nor'easter. It is a coastal storm. But a nor'easter, the official definition is winds from the northeast. So here we're going to have southerly winds, so not a nor'easter. Southerly winds 30 to 40 miles per hour with gusts 55 to 60 miles per hour for the coast late tonight into Monday, causing numerous tree impacts and scattered power impacts. So that means tonight, right now, even though it's not terrible, there's still patches of rain here and there. You should be prepared right now, or just about finished up with your preparations. So some of these preparations, you want to make sure that everything's charged up, ready to go. You have extra batteries and flashlights and stuff like that. And your cell phones, make sure tonight, if you don't normally charge them every night, tonight is the night to charge it and leave it plugged in. So that's what you want to do tonight. Also, you want to make sure that if you didn't get gas, you should get gas, just in case. You never know, a gas station near you might not have power, and that means you can't get gas at that gas station if they don't have power. So a couple of things like that you want to do in preparation right now. All right, so let's start taking a look at this with the watches, warnings, and advisories. Most of this area here in the green, coastal flood warning and a flood watch. They're almost the same color. Actually, depending on your eyes, they are the same color. But flood watch, and there's the coastal flood. Also, for Long Island, the South Shore here, Connecticut, pretty much all of Connecticut, from Stamford to New London there. High wind warning. So quite impactful storm we're going to have with flooding and winds. Again, those are the two big impacts to from the storm. Now, in terms of thunderstorms, I don't see really a thunderstorm potential here, even according from the Storm Prediction Center. The severe weather is not in our area. This is going into North Carolina, where there's a marginal, even up to a slight risk inside of there. But it's still in the cone of general garden variety thunderstorm. So again, I'm not going to rule out the chance of a thunderstorm, but I don't think it's going to be everywhere. You might hear a single rumble of thunder, might see a single flash of lightning, and that might be it. So that's kind of what I'm thinking in terms of the thunderstorm impact for this. Now, what I do want to show you on the bigger picture here for the radar is the storm itself. So you can see this is quite a big storm. It's stretching down pretty much from Georgia to Maine. Actually, beyond Maine, going into Canada, Quebec, north of Canada. I have no idea what is north of Canada in here, but from Georgia to Canada. That's the length of this storm. And the heart of it, you can see where the yellows are right there, are in Pennsylvania. And that is not spinning normally. This whole system is pretty much moving due north. That's why the winds are southerly, coming from the south, because the whole system is moving north. The low pressure center is probably right around here. So when we have the counterclockwise rotation, we have southerly flow. That means we're having this counterclockwise rotation around the coast right there. And that you can kind of follow this line right here on the backside. So this is going to have northerly winds coming down and around, turning around, and then coming up from the south there. So this front right here is where we're going to see a big drop in temperatures. Tomorrow's high is generally in the 50s. Some areas may see around 60. But then once that system makes its way through, it's going to clear out very quickly about 4 o'clock there tomorrow. But the cold is going to come in, dropping rapidly the temperatures. And then Tuesday's highs look like they're all in the 30s because of that cold front right there. Let me just pull up real quick here. Radar scope. You can see this is pretty much moving due north. And you can see the lines here. North to, like, it's moving to the northwesterly direction. So very interesting, and all that's just starting to pop in now. This is the heart of the storm coming up from Pennsylvania area. That's what's going to be moving northerly, northwesterly, but then there's a lot more down here. Even to the point where I mentioned in North Carolina there. It was pretty hard hitting, but there is right here a tornado, a mesoscale discussion. There, right there. Tornado warning. There's a tornado warning in North Carolina right here. And this is all still technically the same system. So I don't think that's what's going to be coming up our way. I don't think we're seeing the severe part. We're just going to be seeing maybe a single flash of lightning, single rumble of thunder, something like that. Okay. Just a quick peek at the satellite. The satellite was fairly impressive. You can see that harsh line with the front. There you can kind of see the center of rotation. So that's where we're having southerly winds from the south coming up on the east side of the low pressure system. And then northerly winds on that harsh line where the front is, spinning around counterclockwise in the northern hemisphere here. And the center pressure here looks like 988. And this was as of 1 p.m. 18Z today. So probably it could have strengthened a little bit more. All right, taking a look at the good old tropical tidbits here. Let's rewind. No. There we go. So very quick mover. So it looks like here, most of it's overnight. That's 1 a.m. And then this is 7 a.m. So that's where the heart of it's going to be for the tri-state region. Still in place by 1 p.m. And then by 4 p.m., it's pretty much all gone throughout all of the Northeast, except that area once you get into the New York-Canada border, going into Maine a little bit. But for most areas like Connecticut, Massachusetts, all that, it's going to be clear as well, it looks like. That was the GFS, bringing up the good old Euro here, switching over to pivotal weather. And on here, so we're seeing it looks like kind of the same thing. So the heart of the system right here, this is 6Z. There we go, 6Z. And that is 1 a.m. our time, Eastern time here. And then by 7 a.m., still pretty intense. 1 p.m., it's starting to dissipate. And then 7 p.m., it's gone. That's where I'm saying really that 4 p.m. time frame, that's really where you're starting to see it make its way out of our area. All right, so on the icon here, we are now seeing, let me rewind that a little bit there. Watch our storm. There it is. So this one is 6Z. Same time frame. This is actually showing a little bit around 9Z. That the heart of it's coming in. 12Z, so still 7 a.m. That's still the heart of it. So if you're working early at 7 a.m., you definitely want to use caution when driving. And this is with us still through until about 1 p.m. 4 p.m., it really starts to make its way out. By 7 p.m., it's pretty much gone, but look at the isobars. They're very tight together. That means very windy. That's the high wind warning and all the wind advisories that are out. And it's going to bring the cold with it. And it looks like Tuesday, the highs aren't getting out of the 30s. And then the 12-kilometer NAM we're looking at now. So it's still kind of showing that same thing, 6Z, so 1 a.m., the heart of it. And then by 7 a.m., still the tail end of the heart of it. Then the low pressure system passes over New York City. Looks like by 11 a.m., there's the backside of the cold front of the low pressure, where the cold air is coming in. Not so much wraparound snow we're seeing, because there's dry air coming in, but we see that line right there where the snow is. That's not near our area. And then the winds come in, and then it clears out, and then again Tuesday looks like it's going to be a good day, windy but cold. And then the last couple I want to show you here, the 3-kilometer NAM. Now this is a much higher resolution model that's doesn't go out that far, but look at the detail inside of this. So let's go 6Z. So there it is, still showing the heart of it happening. 8Z still happening. So 12Z, which is 7 a.m. It's starting to make its way out, but we still have pockets of really heavy rain. And this is like intense rain through Pennsylvania, New Jersey, into New York City a little bit potentially. Then it's making its way out by the time we're getting to like 11 a.m. Then by 1 p.m., still just a bit more sporadic. And then again by 4 p.m., it's making its way out through the entire area. And 7 p.m. tomorrow, pretty much everywhere it's gone. And then the winds come in, and then the cold comes in. HRRR real quick here. Same kind of story. So I do like that all these models have a lot of agreement right now. So that drives up my confidence in the forecast. All right, so here it looks like from 6Z on. So actually the HRRR is a little bit behind, it looks like. And also it's taking the heart of the precipitation and it's shoving it a bit more north, going into Canada. The HRRR is a little weird with this one's handling, it looks like. Timing's about the same, but it's breaking up the system into two kind of parts, which I didn't see the other ones do. So the HRRR we kind of set aside. And again, just 2-meter temperatures. We're not going to really go through MOS data real quick. I just wanted to show you this graphic here for temperatures. Oops, we're going to go to the correct time. So tonight, temperatures are increasing overnight tonight, which is not the standard. So then by, looks like 1 a.m., temperatures are about the same as right now. So I have 52 degrees as of this recording, and it's still going to be about 52, 54, 55 degrees in the New York City area by 1 a.m. So the temperature should go up a couple degrees as we get into the night. And then by 7 a.m., we're in the upper 50s to low 60s. And then once that back end of the storm comes through, we could see that harsh line right there. That drops the temperatures like a rock. And then by 7 p.m. tomorrow, we drop from the 60s, about 60 degrees, to about 40s, upper 30s to the low 40s. And then going into Tuesday morning, so about 7 a.m. Tuesday, we're at the freezing point or below in some areas in Sussex County there in Jersey, going into Sullivan Ulster County in the freezing point there, a little bit into northern Connecticut. So it's going to drop very quickly. So this is going to be quite an intense storm, but it's also going to be a fast mover. This is really just a 24 to 36 hour event. So again, it started already where we're seeing just regular rain happening, nothing too much. So you still want to keep an eye out for a little ponding on the roadways. But once we get to midnight, hopefully you're all done with everything by midnight, because after midnight, from midnight to about 7, 8 a.m., that's very intense, and you want to avoid the roads at all costs. Then it's going to start clearing out by, say, 1, 2 o'clock, and then by 4 o'clock, it should be all out. then the wind comes and the cold comes. So you definitely want to be prepared for that. You're starting your day in the 60s. You're ending your day in the 40s. You want to be prepared with the outerwear that you wear, that you're not just bringing a light rain jacket in the morning and then it's 40 degrees all of a sudden. So be prepared for both those types of temperatures. All right, so that's going to be a wrap for this video. Oh, one last thing. So I have a new affiliation. I worked with a company called Better Safe Radio, which is the company that I used to actually buy the ham radio I have here, which does get the NOAA weather radio frequencies. So I've worked with them, and they actually have made me an affiliate now. So I'm going to be putting an affiliate link if you want to get any kind of emergency communication radio that has NOAA weather radio frequencies capable or in it already. So that affiliate link will be in the description below if you are interested in getting a weather radio, because this is something I think everybody should have. Some sort of emergency communication and some sort of weather radio. And that happens to be both emergency and weather radio in one. All right, so this is meteorologist Andrew Pinero. Please stay safe throughout this whole thing. If you do want to send any pictures of weather damage, feel free to send them to me at WeathermanAP on all the socials. Again, this is meteorologist Andrew Pinero. Stay safe, and I'll see you all in the next video.